This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwanns.com. After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is, what's for dinner? That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.
Hi, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo, and we're at the Catch Restaurant and Bar. And today we're going to be talking this episode number 24 is called Knifey Crab, and I'll explain that a little later. But I want to start out with the ongoing efforts to support displaced families in the Keys, and Key Largo Rotary, www.keylargorotary.org. If you go there, what we have is we have a button. We're a 501c3 organization, nonprofit. We're all volunteer. So 100% of our monies that we receive are put into relief efforts. We give grocery cards and things like that to families in need. We're going to have Laura Lieteart come on here. I think she's going to be coming on right now, too, with Susan. I'm here with Bill Wissinger.
Hi.
Our
How y'all doing?
Sue Recarey, a community leader here in Key Largo, and Laura Lieteart, our Key Largo Elementary School principal, who brought to attention the need for the relief efforts that we're doing right now for displaced families. First, I want to talk to you, Laura. You brought to light the level of need that is for the how many displaced families there are that have children that are coming to Key Largo Elementary. Let's hear it.
Right now, to our knowledge, we're around 20% of our students and families are displaced, which means they're living with other people, or they're living in a hotel, or staying somewhere that is not their usual home.
And what we're doing is when we get those donations, we're putting them into Publix gift cards, grocery cards, Walmart gift cards to replace the things they really need. Instead of, it is your heart's in the right place when you send things down, but what happens is every family's needs are unique.
That's right, Jim. Everybody's family is in a different situation. So with the donations, we were able to do things like go to KLI, buy a tarp, buy some sandbags and some sand, and go out and put tarps on houses for some of our staff and for some of our school families so that the leaks didn't get worse until they could get someone out to take a look at it. Or Home Depot cards so they can buy exactly what they need to fix the hole in the roof, or to buy the new washer or dryer that they need.
What happens is, Laura being the principal, she sees these things on a daily basis. When the school came back 2 weeks ago, with the poor families took an inordinate impact.
Well, we talked about that, I think, on the last episode, where it got so hard hit on the low-income housing down here in the Keys, which is at a premium to start with.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that stuff is the first thing that just all got condemned. Once the insurance adjuster started coming through, telling everybody, hey, you've got mold in here, you've got to move it. And these guys don't have built-in safety nets. There is nowhere to go.
And they're used to sustaining a lot of they just, I mean, that's just the way they are. They're used to this ongoing thing where they go into hardship, and so when things happen, you have to draw out to them and say, what do you need?
We're trying to reach out to families to find out specifically what it is they need. Many of them were working multiple jobs to be able to keep up with their regular household needs. And after the storm, many businesses closed down, still haven't reopened, so they're either out both of those jobs or one of those jobs. So they're down to half of their usual income, which was low income, or none. They're 1 or 2 days a week as businesses still try to get on their feet. So one of the other things we are doing with those donations is buying gift certificates to local restaurants, so those families in hotels or places that don't have a kitchen can go out and eat some of our local places and try to get that economy going again too, kind of paying it forward with the donations.
That's fantastic. That's just a wonderful thing.
You know what? You are an educator, but you know what? You're really looking after people, and that's the reason we're in our service organization. We're all Sue, Laura, and I are in Key Largo Rotary. We are a service organization, and we're here to serve the community here and the community at large, meaning the world. And Sue's here to talk about Marrvelous Pet Rescue, and we're gonna consistently reach out to people for our charitable donations. Here with going to www.keylargorotary.org to make a donation for displaced families. But now we're going to move on to talk to Marrvelous Pet Rescues. What is your need right now?
Okay, well, one of the things that I think everybody needs to understand is I just recently looked at some of the numbers in all throughout the Keys. They just released the devastation numbers this afternoon, and it is far greater than people realize. The number of homes in like Big Pine, there's 695 homes that have been destroyed down there. And there are 395 up here in Key Largo that people are not going to be able to live in. And as you know, most people, when they evacuate, one of the problems in evacuation is that people can't always take their pets.
Yes.
We like to believe that they look at their pets as a part of their family and that they go with them. But if you stayed down here and you had to go to a rescue down here, if you hadn't agreed beforehand and signed up to take your pet to an evacuation, you weren't able to. So there's a big need. There's a need all across the country, in Houston and here in all of Florida, to take care of our fur babies. Well, every year, Marrvelous...
When you say fur babies...
I'm talking about dogs, cats, horses, anything with fur, okay?
Yes.
So,
well, I guess that would
the gentleman sitting here with us today, I'm not sure they wouldn't be considered. I don't know.
Okay.
With those mighty beards on them, I'm just not sure.
Well, if you scratch me behind the ears, I won't tell
We've heard the stories where people evacuated and left their pets behind,
right.
And I know we want it. Sometimes our visceral response is to think, "Wow, you just abandoned."
Right.
Okay,
but
and
it's
different dynamic. It's a different dynamic.
Right. It really is. It's choices.
It's
you know, and we have people that their situations are so much, and I'm not being judgmental in any way about that. What I'm trying to say is that people need to be helped. Animals need to be helped. Now, every year we do what is our biggest fundraiser, which is called
Spaghetti and No Balls.
It's not
Spaghetti
and No Balls Gala.
And No Balls.
And for the last 2 years, it's been held at Snook's Restaurant. Well, we had to make a decision this year, and we decided to go ahead and still hold it. but that we're thinking, larger than us to be able to help the animals who have been affected by Hurricane Irma and the hurricane in Texas, because we are getting animals here. And we try.
You're getting animals from Texas,
well,
too?
what happens is they are taken by the bigger pet shelters, and there are some shelters that are kill shelters,
yes,
and some shelters that are non-kill. So we always try, whenever we hear of someone going to a kill shelter, to be able to
non-kill
shelter and to come to us for fosters, to be fostered and adopted. We're a virtual rescue.
That's wonderful.
We bring in these dogs, cats, whatever, and we find fosters for them. And the fosters keep them, and we feed the animals and everything until we find a forever home for them. So that's really what our organization does. So we're having this event. It's on November 10th, and it's really
November 10th at what time?
It starts at hold on a minute, and I got to make this big. There's a pre-party for our VIP people at 5:30, and our VIPs get a package which includes reserved seating, early auction bidding, first at the buffet, a keepsake gift, and more. Then our regular party starts at 6:30, and the event goes on until 9 or 10 at night.
Where do people go to get I'm not trying to cut you short, but I want to introduce early. Where
Right.
do they go to get these tickets?
They can get their tickets at Marrvelous, that's MARR, VELOUS, Marrvelous Pet Rescues.org. And we're looking for people to help either with sponsorships if they can, and silent auction items. But actually, I just want to say one more thing, because
you got the time, and I want you to go and give the address again right after you're
Right.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, take your time. You can say
But-
anything you want.
Oh, I like you. He doesn't know that you never give me that kind of permission.
I give you that permission. It's very important.
I will open the barn gate out and let
Bill
you right
understands
on
good
out.
people, so that's the reason why we're
but,
partners here, right, Bill?
But
That's
anyway, of course, now I've lost my thought. What was the last thing you asked me?
You were looking for sponsors.
For sponsors.
Oh, and I was going to tell you a really nice thing. Do you know how many people from the mainland, from Miami, want to help? So they have been terrific. So we're going to a lot of them for silent auction items. So
That's fantastic. That's great.
They'll contribute to this, so we don't have to ask people from our local community. Obviously, we wouldn't turn them down if they wanted to offer something for auction, but we've had a lot of people that are really trying to help and want to give from all over. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Let me give you a
There
little
you go.
background. I never gave it. Sue Recarey is she's in Rotary with me. She's benevolent. She's all about giving back to the community, and she's been working really hard for years down here. And she is an example to me about how to be philanthropic in the Keys. And it's like any small community, any place in the United States. And you know what? I love you, Sue. I love you dearly. You're very warm and giving, and you care about people. When you gave your speech about people hurting and stuff like that, that's what we hear about. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to do what you...
And you're doing a
This is
great job. I mean, this is a wonderful community, and we just keep having to show it.
Yes.
And that's all it takes. And for the kids, and for the kids' parents, I mean, again, we really don't know how many people are right now they're going hungry, they don't have jobs. You know, we just have to do everything we can, because if we're sitting here and we're able to buy a drink, then there's something.
Then we're doing all right.
We're doing all right, and there's something we can do for others.
Okay, let's give that web address again.
It is Marrvelous, MARRVELEOUS, petrescues.org.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sue Recarey.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope I can chat with you all again.
Oh, you're welcome
certainly.
anytime. I know you have a lot to say. I think we'd like to. You know what? I would like to bring you on for a regular bit, but I'd be kind of embarrassed about some of the topics we talk about later on.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. Sue,
I think we could have a good time. I think
but I
we
don't
could
want to
have a
make an
really good
assumption
time
about
with Sue.
what you would endure.
Well, you would be surprised.
I don't think we'd be too surprised.
I love having a mic in my hand.
We do have we do have an affinity for each other. I really do enjoy you, so.
Well, I enjoy
You
what
are a lovely
I do.
woman. You
I
are
enjoy
truly
what I do for
beautiful
this.
and lovely woman.
Thank you.
The queen of our community. Thank you. Here, may I?
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Okay. Okay. Once again, Marrvelous Pet Rescue, and once again, the displaced families with Laura Lieteart, the principal of Key Largo Elementary. Go to, if you'd like to contribute, we have KeyLargoRotary.org. You go there, contribute to displaced families. Okay, back to our episode, which I aptly labeled Knifey Crab.
Knifey the Crab. That is a
Now,
fantastic
if you might have seen
YouTube
last
video.
year, oh, there they are. There's Keith and Cheryl Holt. They come and grab your drinks and come over here. Knifey Crab. You might have seen a picture recently in the last year of a crab with a knife. I noticed since the hurricane that the land crabs in Key Largo were awfully aggressive. They don't back up as much as they used to. They made it through the hurricane, and they're not going to take any shit from us anymore. That's what I think. The land crabs aren't taking any shit.
Well,
hey,
you know,
all
there's a
my
difference
friends
between
are
those little
home.
red
Yeah,
ones that are
beautiful.
running around that are getting your toes and the blue ones that are the ones we
that's
see
all
all
right.
the time.
Wait, I missed it. There's a difference between the red ones that are getting your toes.
And the blue ones that we see all the time.
With the red ones, what do you mean? I don't know about this.
Those
red
little
one.
those little red pardon me, can't speak.
That's
the
all
little
right.
Red land crabs.
They'll get in your toes?
Well, they are much more aggressive than the blue land, the big blue land crabs that we normally have.
Yeah, if you ever see these crabs come up, they're kind of like circling you when you approach them. Look, you've seen them, right? They come out right before the storm, right before the rain, and they're circling you, and they're approaching you. They're kind of evaluating how tough you are.
I have
Feel like a gang member.
For whatever reason, there is nothing in my yard other than my cats and my dog.
No land crabs?
No,
They're all over my
anything.
yard. Well, my yard's been, since, I hate to say it, since a Friday after the hurricane, my yard's been manicured and all that stuff. It's from my my beautiful wife tells me to make sure that everything looks wonderful. So I make it. So I see the land crabs walking around that is looking at me and stuff like that, and they're very bold. And
I was amazed I didn't see any scorpions under all the leaves and
I have
stuff.
yet to see a scorpion in 10 years.
Oh, really? I've got leaf scorpions all over my place.
Yeah, we
I've
folks,
seen 'em several
if you're not
times.
from the Keys, we have scorpions down here.
But they're not
And
very potent.
They're not very potent.
No.
They're impotent.
They are
They sting
impotent.
like a hornet, right?
Horny.
Hornet
So I'm
sting.
going to look impotent. I'm going to dress impotent.
I'm going to dress impotent. Big? The scorpion or you, Keith?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I hope you're bigger than that.
Well, that's another episode.
It leads up to the next thing. Where are we right now? We're 20 minutes in. Good, because I was talking about those land crabs, and Keith came up and mentioned something about the size, and that leads us into the next thing.
I got
It's
one
a
of
No,
these
those
big
land,
fucking
we
cherries.
got a couple more land crab things to touch on.
Okay, let's talk about the land crabs.
Don't
then.
run over the little
Okay,
bastards.
what do you have to say about it?
Don't
Well,
run-
Luke, and Bill said you'll see right before a storm comes up that land crabs will just be moving all around.
Dude, everywhere.
I've never seen one.
Really?
I've never seen the lamb crabs around here.
seen the land crab?
They are all over my place.
I mentioned earlier that Sky
how close
said
are you to the water?
My daughter said one time to a friend of hers, we're hanging out at the beach, our homeowner's beach, and she said, "You know, I'm a crab catcher," and I go, "What?" And I go, "Where are you making a specious claim?" And I go, "That's kind of a weird claim to say that you can catch crab." One day I came home, she had 12 crabs in a bucket, one of those 5-gallon buckets. She just picked them up and she caught them. And I said, "What are you going to do with them?" She goes, "I'm going to let them go." So she's a crab catcher. So
Don't run them over.
I know a girl
don't
that's
run them
a
over.
crab
They'll puncture
catcher.
your tire, right?
They will.
But she doesn't set hers free for, I mean,
Until she
you
gets
have
the
to,
treatment.
You have to pay a little extra.
Well,
Folks,
Look
I
here.
swear to God, I did mark. I'm going to mark this episode explicit. I have no idea what you're saying now, which is good. Whatever you're saying, Luke, I know it's gold, but I have no idea how dirty it is when you're talking.
No, I was actually.
Because I have dirty stuff coming up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No,
Don't worry about it. I have dirty stuff coming up. I mark it as explicit, but I have no idea. And it may sound like I'm just ignoring you, but I don't hear you because it's so loud in the bar.
I was actually on my way up to AMA races up at Road Atlanta. This is about 6, 7. I was on my way up to AMA races up at Road Atlanta about 6, 7 years ago. I didn't even realize I ran one of them over. I pull up, get a flat on the stretch, flip it out, and I stop at the Tire Kingdom up in Naranja, and the guy goes, flops the tire, goes, come here. I walk over and he shows me there's a land crab claw inside my tire, between the tire and the rim, just floating around.
They are hard ass shells.
He went straight through the tread, bang, right through.
A land crab. Yeah, they're hard. They're thick shells. They don't shed as frequently as the ones that sit in the ocean for some reason. I guess it's about nutrients or stuff like that. Here we go. Hey, Cheryl. I'm going to be Cheryl Holt. She's the owner of Key Largo. Key Largo Visitor Center.
Florida Keys Visitor
It's
Center.
Florida Keys.
the yellow building.
Yellow building, first one on the right when
On
you get
106.
into Key Largo.
And you know what? I'm going to be asking you. Abby and I are thinking about going down to. I know it's a little late. To Fantasy Fest just for Thursday night. Can we get a deal?
Yeah, you can get a deal.
We could get a deal. Look
Actually,
at this.
they're
Hey,
calling
folks,
us. The hotels are calling us, and they are giving us better deals than what you can get on the
You think
internet.
you can go Wednesday,
'Cause they-
Thursday, get a nice deal?
probably, yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a live cast down there, so I
Yeah.
want to see if I can tilt this. What? No. What? Say something, Bill.
Talk to me about doing a podcast down there. We'll
You
hook
want to do
up.
it on Wednesday or Thursday? No, Thursday you play here, so
Yeah,
you won't be able to do it on
but
Thursday.
I can hook you up with the right people down in Key West.
Oh, you can?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, kind of like an S&M dungeon or something like that?
Yes,
You know,
do
it's,
that.
speaking of that, that's kind of funny because those of us that live in the Keys, there's a few of us that live down here and race motorcycles. The gentleman that does the best leather repair that you can imagine also tends to make interesting costumes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? There's no way I'm going to be. I'm not going to go in a gimp
No,
outfit.
we're not going to send you down there. But no,
I'm not
it's
gonna
funny.
give
It's
that
like you got to pick up. You got to pick up your leathers.
Come on.
You
know what I'm talking about, Cheryl?
Are you going to body paint?
Do you know what? I don't know.
I think you should.
It's how Mr. Johnson looks that day. Hey, Bill, can you get me? Ask for Makers and Club. Okay, yeah.
Looks actually okay.
Folks,
My
if you're not,
God.
I was asking
You wanna bring us
Cheryl.
down just because?
This is great. Well, you haven't even gotten an
I'm
Urban
actually
Dictionary.
having a lager
And Cheryl, you're from near Cincinnati, aren't you?
I'm from closer to Toledo,
Okay, are
south
you?
of Toledo.
How far are you from Cincinnati?
2.5, 3 hours.
Okay. because I got some weird stuff from Urban Dictionary. But we're still talking about Fantasy Fest. Folks, the keys are open. Luke, get on there. We are open for business. We need to tell them. They open it on the 1st, but we are open for business. The upper keys are open. The lower keys are open.
We've
the
been
middle
open
keys
before
the
the
middle
1st.
keys are coming along. They're starting dragging down the trash piles now. You know that?
Yes.
They're starting to pull
but
those
Key
out.
West, you will see no damage. Key West is virtually untouched. It's amazing.
And we're doing well in Key Largo too.
Oh yeah, Key Largo's doing very
Key
well.
Largo. So the Key Largo Visitor Center, if you call there, you talk to one of Cheryl's employees, they'll get you a deal. They'll set you up. Fantasy Fest is coming up in, it starts in a week and a half.
October 21st, I think, is the official day. But call.
Okay, let's.
305
a week and a half. A week and a half.
712
Exactly in a week and a
6596.
half. Exactly in a week and a half. October. Are you down, Luke? Are you down in Key West at all in the next couple? Okay. Well, Luke Summers is all around up here. He's one of the musicians up here. He's the guy you hear when I say, "Hey, we weren't ready to talk that dirty yet," but you know what? It's since we checked the box to say explicit, it's never too early to talk about.
Oh well,
that.
you know.
And I'm talking about going down with my my wife going down south. Going down south means, but here it means going to Key West and for 2 days experience Fantasy Fest. I've never been down there. I've been down here for it's almost 11 years. I haven't been down to Fantasy
You
Fest.
have to go to Fantasy Fest at least once.
Hey, you think you could be off that time? You can head down with me, maybe.
I will be in Ohio. My daughter's getting married.
Oh well. Oh God, you can't not do that. That's amazing. Okay. Well. Cool.
I know. I'm excited.
Oh wow. Is this your first wedding as the mother of the bride?
Yes.
That's great. Oh, we're going to say bye to Sue Recarey.
Bye, honey. Bye, Cheryl.
Okay.
See you all later.
Here we go. But you know what? That if you haven't experienced, and it's probably more pertinent to people in South Florida, but I bet if you're from another part of the country, you can find some great deals right now to come down.
Oh, yeah. Great deals.
That is a big drink. Oh. This is awesome. You can find some great deals for Oktoberfest coming down here, and in November we have some beautiful weather. The temperature is culling back, I guess you'd call it. It's still kind of hot. I know. Cheryl gave me that look.
I was sweating balls yesterday.
it's not
but you
fall
can
weather.
actually look in my backyard now, and there's like. You can see P-Rock again instead. I got most of the leaves gone.
Did you finally clear all the little branches?
Oh, man.
Because I damn near killed Luke.
It's a big pile of them out
about
there.
3 weeks ago, we got out there. 2 weeks ago, we got out there.
I'm not into time, man.
We were playing here that one night, and before we played here, we ended up spending 4 or 5 hours cutting that damn tree down and hauling it out.
Yeah.
Oh. And then we both get here, we look at each other, it's like, I don't want to play. I just want to really lay in bed.
I feel manly hearing about it.
I'm lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I was explaining to someone, I had to mow my lawn 3 times since the hurricane because all the rain we've been having. Prior to Irma, we've had some rain and things like that, but since Irma, we had regular rain. All the trees that were kind of culled back are leafing out. The branches are coming back. We're getting our greenery back. It looks great. Yeah, get Fuerte, strong. Oh, Bill gave me that thing, strong penis arm thing. Where he goes, get that mic next to your arm.
There you go.
But here I am. You know what? I think we're ready to move on to our segment I like to call, you know what? It's 3 weeks in a row, but it's still golden right now. And it's Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Bum, 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 bum.
We're doing
I like the Bourbon Dictionary.
Bourbon Dictionary?
Yeah.
We should actually sit here and do bourbon shots and talk and see exactly how long it takes before you. Oh, we've done this. We've done this in the past.
I do it on a daily basis.
We've done this. I remember one night sitting at the crib where your wife came out, grabbed both of us by the ear, and drug us into the park, drug you into the car, and threw me in the back of the truck and told me to sleep it off.
Okay, Hillbilly Bob and Joe, let's get on to the Urban Dictionary thing, okay? That sounds great. Okay. I'm going to quiz you. And Bill, I told you some of these things, so you're going to have to recuse yourself. Okay, Cheryl
I'm recused.
Emergency bacon. Emergency bacon. What do you think emergency bacon is? Anybody out there know what emergency bacon is? Do you know what emergency bacon is?
When you're out, it's an emergency.
That's exactly what it is. Emergency bacon is bacon you keep around just in case you need bacon. Okay, what is a 10 head? A 10 head.
T-E-N.
10 head. Anybody know what a 10 head is?
$10, same as downtown.
I like that one.
You know what? No. You went with your feeling. 10 head is a 4 head, only bigger. Only bigger. A 10 head is 4 head. Yeah, it's not, Kathy, it's not dirty. Okay, now we're going to have to turn down the volume on the thing for the next ones. Can we turn down the volume on our speaker?
Hang on.
This is just for the broadcast. It's going to be a little more blue.
Okay.
Here we go. It's called a wide-on. A wide-on. W-I-D-E. What is a wide-on? It's a female hard-on. It's because her vaginas get wider.
You know, I wish this were a video show now because I'd love to put your expression up on
School of Tuna. School of Tuna.
Oh.
Hello, ladies.
I don't
man
think
as he
I know
walked
this
past the
one.
fish market.
Hello,
it's
ladies.
what gay guys say when they walk into the bars, gay bars, and there's so many straight women around. It's a school of tuna.
Oh, I thought you said school of tuba.
Tuna, not tuba. Okay. Okay. Now, we have Keith. Keith, hey, Keith, come over here. Can we get Keith? Hey, Keith.
I turned off the monitoring.
Keith, come over here.
I turned off the monitoring.
I'm going to ask you some of these things. Cheryl won't be familiar with these, but you have to talk. We got a bunch of Cincinnati references.
Grab your
pick up the mic.
Grab the mic there.
I'm going to ask you a question.
To it.
Have you ever heard of a Cincinnati switcheroo?
Negative.
A Cincinnati switcheroo. Do you know what it's Cincinnati switcheroo? Okay, a Cincinnati
That's when you meant to go
switcheroo.
to Cleveland and you ended up in Cincinnati?
No, this is when you fish out your roommate's used condom, turn it inside out, and when the girl gets pregnant, you say, "It's not mine." That's a Cincinnati switcheroo.
No, not so
Okay.
much.
How about a Cincinnati tea bag?
It's a southern tea bag, unlike northern tea bag, like from Toledo.
Well,
You've
you
got
kick
to
the
speak
guy
in the mic.
in his nuts, and then when he's on the ground, you pull down your pants and you stick your balls in his face. A Cincinnati strangler.
Can't say I know that one.
You sneak into your roommate's room and you strangle him with your penis. Your penis. Okay. A Cincinnati stroll.
Go.
It's when you poop on the street.
Hell, that's just you got to go, man.
There are many more Cincinnati references. I'm not going to even go in there. But I'll go into the more traditional ones. Here's one. You ever heard of the penguin? You know the penguin?
Oh yeah.
No, you know the penguin. I told you the penguin. Do you know the penguin? Do you know the penguin? Anybody? Okay. The penguin is when a girl is gratifying you either orally or by hand, and your pants are down, and she gets up and walks off abruptly, and then you waddle across. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Because your pants are down. That's the penguin. And then I came up with 3 of my own, and I'm going to enter into the Urban Dictionary.
no.
Here we go.
Okay, it's a mermaid's kiss. What could that be? Think about it. Be sick, you bastards.
Fishy kiss.
Yeah.
Sick, you bastards.
It's like that dude was getting a blowjob from a grouper.
That's you know what?
I like that one.
Luke's very close. Very close. Okay, here it is. When you passed out in a canal and dream about an erotic encounter with a mermaid, but wake up in horror to find out you were molested by a manatee. That's a mermaid's kiss.
There you go.
Okay.
Speaking of manatees, don't wake the wife up at 3 o'clock in the morning because the baby manatee is in the canal.
Yes, that's right.
She does not care.
How about a glitter octopus? Apocalypse.
Try it again, man.
Apocalypse.
Okay.
A glitter apocalypse.
Take a deep breath and try glitter apocalypse.
Okay, here we go.
again.
I'm saying it. A glitter apocalypse. And does anybody know what that is?
That's when you're hanging out at the back of the strip club.
That's when you're hanging out at the back of the strip club.
Okay, wait. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
So you're hanging out in the
This
back of the strip club,
Jeff
and you're
Bailey.
trying to get your money back, and all of a sudden, just all the bitches come out and just gangbang, beat the crap out of you, and get
Yeah,
glitter
no,
on.
that's never going to happen.
Well, that's
only in
very
your dreams.
descriptive, but I like it. Okay.
Brought to
no.
you by Woody's.
Anybody else have a glitter apocalypse? Anybody else? Luke.
All I know is does it have a fucking what do you call those critters with the one horn, man?
A unicorn.
Unicorn.
Yeah, glitters and unicorns and little girls and shit like that.
No.
It's
Okay,
like-
I understand that. Okay,
my niece liked to play in glitter all the
a
time.
glitter apocalypse is when glitter is strewn on an unbeknownst man returning home several hours late from work. The closer to the penis, the better. Almost as bad as a stray condom wrapper, or otherwise known as an ESCW. An ESCW. You ever hear about an ESCW?
No.
You take an
Please enlighten us.
You take an empty condom wrapper and you stick it in your friend's back pocket or front pocket, where his girlfriend or wife normally does the laundry.
Dude.
Oh
no.
my God, it is horrible.
That would get me shot.
Well, that happened to me once, but they put a extra large condom
That could
wrapper in my
cause
pocket.
a
My wife
lot
was
of
like, she knows it wasn't mine, you know.
Okay, well
She
the
was
last
laughing like
one.
y'all going, that ain't
The
him.
last
That's
one.
definitely him, man.
The last one. You can turn this up. The last one. You can turn the volume up on this for the thing.
Okay, I'll
it's
turn-
called the
I'll turn the bar
Flanagan
back
flop.
on.
And yep, these were Navy guys. Whenever we had a squad meeting, these two E3s would, when one guy would be seated in a chair, and the other would walk up behind him and do a pratfall over his shoulder, and go head to crotch, his crotch in the seated guy's face, and then they'd lock arms around each other, and then go into exaltations of 60-90 in front of the whole group, and they just pretend that they're.
That's
I know
what
it
you
is.
thought.
Trick is keep the white hat on.
Every squad meeting?
And it's so funny. It was, but it's funny as hell when you see it. I mean, I don't know how many times I spit up coffee on my uniform just watching these guys do it. These two 20-year-old guys, you know, do
In the Navy.
in the Navy. I know, but you know what? They may have been, whether they were gay or not, they brought a lot of happiness to people.
I'm sure
I
they
think
did.
they did. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bill, you were in the Navy
Yes.
too.
Okay, but $20 is $20.
$20 is
$20
$20 fucking dollars.
That's what Keith said.
Smile on your face. Hey, it's worth it.
Okay. Well, unless we have anything more, we're going to start saying our goodbyes. We're going to talk about the visitor
shit, I
center.
gotta go to
If you-
work, man.
You got to go to work.
The
Damn
keys
it,
are
man.
open for business. Remember, if you need to, let's get your number out to people.
305-712-6596.
That's the Key Largo Visitor Center. They can get you deals
Florida
on
Keys
anything
Visitor
down
Center.
here.
Florida
we are
Keys
open.
Visitor
We are
Center.
open for business. How about a website?
I have a Facebook page. It's
Facebook
the
page.
Florida
I keep on
Keys
saying.
Visitor Center.
Okay, Florida Keys Visitor Center.
On
I'm
Facebook.
calling for. We're here at the Catch. We're open for business. Fantasy Fest is going to happen down here. We have the Witches Ride that's going to be here this Saturday at the
Even
Catch
the
it going.
Bogart Festival is going on. That's coming
there
up
you
next
go.
week
And they're
too.
going to feature Casablanca.
Sing it. Sing
That's
that
good.
song.
That's happening next week.
Bogart that joint,
Joint.
my friend.
Pass it over to me.
So, let's Luke. You play at
Pilot House tonight. This new great little restaurant down on Alvarado on Thursday. It's the Global Bistro.
Global Bistro. I heard about that.
Yeah, it's down in Alvarado, right across from the Capital Bank down there, mile marker 82, I think, something like that. It's a groovy little place, nice little courtyard, and
Cool.
yeah,
Global Bistro.
yeah. And I won't say, what the hell? The new owner already got introduced to doing business in the Keys. He got his DUI the other night driving home.
Man. Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, maybe you don't want to mention that.
Yeah,
Your
we already
employer.
did, so.
Okay. About your employer. Okay. And Bill. Oh, tomorrow night we have Cody James.
No,
and
we actually
Nikita.
have Mike Mitzner here tomorrow
Mike
night.
Mitzner and
Mike Mitzner.
just Mike Mitzner
Just Mike
here
Mitzner.
on Thursday night.
No.
But-
Yeah, Mike and I didn't have time to put together an act with the two of us. So.
okay. Well, listen.
But it'll be good. Mike's a fantastic
Bill and I will be
player.
doing. We'll be doing more shows, and we're going to be bringing our show on the road. We're going to be moving it to other places. We're always going to do our show on Wednesdays here in the Catch. We're going to ask people that still want to help out displaced families from Hurricane Irma. Please go to www.keylargo.rotary.org and go to Irma Relief, and you'll be able to donate there. And you'll know that because we are a service organization with no paid members, that we're all volunteer, that money will go
All
directly
the money
to
goes directly
Yep.
to the affected families.
and there are other organizations. I understand that if you're helping out, that's great. But please do. We'll get the aid directly to the families. And I'd like to thank all our guests today. I'd like to thank Laura Lieteart, Sue Recarey, Cheryl Holt, Dr. Jeff Bailey here, Luke Summers. Did I not mention it? He's our local veterinarian.
We still have some food that we're donating to.
Jeff still has food that's he's donating to local families that have pets in need. If you have a pet in need, please contact Jeff Bailey at 305-453-0044.
Okay.
And he will be happy to help get you guys dog food, cat food, whatever you all need.
Yep. Okay. This is Jim, your Keys bartender. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. We'll be back next week. We may be back earlier with another episode. Oh, I'd like to also pitch out. I have to. Next Thursday we have in Alvarado. Alvarado's back open for business. 6 to 9 or 6:39. They have the art walk. It's going to be Oktoberfest down there. And I'm going to be doing a remote from there on Thursday. Hopefully I'll have some of my friends there with me in Alvarado, the art walk. And we'll do a remote.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be
good
fun.
time.
And and we'll do it. And we'll see. Maybe we won't get arrested. Who knows? Thanks a lot for listening to Keys Bartender.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Jim.
Okay. This is Jim, the Keys Bartender. Goodbye. And
Y'all
we'll see you
have a
next
good
week.
night. We appreciate it.
This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwanns.com.
Napa know-how. At Napa Auto Care Centers, you'll get a $75 prepaid Visa card when you spend $250 on Napa brake parts, which is cause to celebrate. Because normally the sound of screeching brakes means your bank account's about to take a hit. But getting $75 back makes that hit not so bad. Quality parts installed by the pros. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Care Centers. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 6/30/19.